Tom Myers, Superintendent, Bellevue Community School District, coming to you with this week's Believe in the Blue update on a nice sunny day here in Bellevue, Iowa. Want to give you a few updates on a few things. We had our board meeting last night. I'll get into some of those details, but some things that you want to know for this upcoming week or this week, I guess, as well. No school on Friday as part of our spring break, and then no school for students on Monday or Tuesday of next week either, the 17th and 18th. So students there have about a 5-day weekend. Teachers will be here on Tuesday for some professional development on the growth mindset. That way, following through with that, along with some other learning opportunities for them as well. Want to also let you know we have prom going on April 22nd. We have Operation Prom, where a large amount of volunteers from the community with the fire departments, ambulance services, police departments, not just local, but the city and the state troopers will be here as well to do a mock accident, and that is for students from Bellevue Community School District at Bellevue High School and Marquette Catholic High School as well. So that'll be coming up a week from Thursday, actually. So I want to let you know that. We had a public hearing last night on the budget. No one showed up for the meeting. Our tax rates went down by over 10 cents. Which is great for this upcoming fiscal year 18 budget, and that's very good. If you look online, I'll have all this information posted in the comment highlights on my page on the website at www.bellevue.k12.ia.us, as always. So you can look at some of that information as well. Our tax rates are some of the lowest around as a whole. We did have some open enrollments. We approved Angel Ryder coming here in 9th grade from Dubuque to Bellevue, and then we had 2 resignations. Ken Anderson is resigning his high school assistant football position. He's been doing that for 31 years. And then Leah Wetzel is actually going to be leaving our district. Her family is relocating to Arizona. She's our high school math teacher, so we will be looking for a high school math teacher here in the near future. Let you know that. Just back to the budget a little bit there, I want to emphasize that our unspent budget or our spending authority is very solid right now. We feel very comfortable with where we're at right now, and that's part of the reason for our tax rate the way it is as well. Common curriculum, Mrs. Harting Schrader discussed a summer adventure program designed for mainly students K through 3 to help with their reading skills, develop self-confidence. The program consists of breakfast, it consists of lunch. In the morning there's an emphasis on reading and literacy. In the afternoon there's several different community and county organizations that come in and provide some programming for this. Funds are provided by the Empowerment Board or the DCAT committee from both Clinton and Jackson County, so that's a very positive thing there. And we'll have roughly 50 students involved in that in grades K through 3. We did approve support staff work contracts and agreements that way for secretaries, custodians, cooks, bus drivers, associates on down the line, a bunch of different people that way. And then on another matter, we had our technology expenditures approved that way. We will be buying 50 more Chromebooks to replace some that we already have for our 5th grade students that way, actually our 7th grade students. And then we're also providing, we'll be updating some iPads in one section of 2nd grade for next school year as well. And that cost comes in total, with all those things together, 50 Chromebooks, 25 iPads at about $17,500 roughly. So have that. Talk about the architectural plans going on now with the Legat Architecture Group from the Quad Cities. They were actually here last Tuesday and toured the elementary building. Had some conversation about developing some leadership teams, scheduling some community engagement meetings. They will be here again on May 16th to tour the middle school, high school, and they will meet with a core leadership team at that time of roughly 6 to 12 people, probably somewhere in that area, to kind of talk about the path that we want to lead, where we want to go with this, and who and how we can promote our plans or our discussions. There are no actual plans right now. It's just discussions of what we could do with our facilities as a whole. So that'll be happening May 16th. If you're interested at all in being involved in one of the core leadership groups, or just coming to the meetings, that's great. Let me know, especially if you want to be involved in a core leadership team. We're looking for volunteers, and we'll kind of go from there. But it'll be an exciting time. The meetings as a whole with the community will not begin. excuse me, until until roughly, sorry about that, until roughly mid-September, early October that way. We'll not be doing a whole lot in the summertime, just with vacations and other things going on for everyone. The board also can agree to continue services with the Iowa School Finance and Information Services and the Iowa Association of School Boards to receive some extra financial advice, resources, things like that online to help us plan for our future. We had a comment board reflection and reading there on an article titled "For Students: The Importance of Doing Work That Matters." That will also be on the comment highlights on my page that way. But the big emphasis here is that we need to make sure students at all levels are doing work that truly matters. That does not mean ignoring the foundational skills that students need, but it means to build on those skills and give them something where they can apply those skills. I'll read just a short part of that article here. We're halfway to school and my 14-year-old son remembers a homework assignment he forgot to do for biology class. I'm reading, my son's only 11. Something big? I asked, fearing the worst. Nah, he says with a shrug, just to hand out some questions. It doesn't matter. How many times have your students said, well, it really doesn't matter. It's just a homework assignment. It really doesn't matter. We want homework assignments if we're going to give homework assignments, ones that matter. We want to have students doing work that matters, that they see a value in, that they see a difference in, that it has an impact on their future and those people around them's future. Myself and Janet Sieverding and Kevin Lundeen summarized some different things from the National School Board Association conference that way. There are some notes online about that. I'm not going to go everything there, but some basic things that we heard a lot about were offering students opportunities to apply their learning and doing work that matters as a whole that way. Then we also had a legislative update in the information items. I started off with just some legislative items that looks like the 1-cent sales tax that is set to expire in 2029 will not be renewed this year. Doesn't look very promising for the SAVE, as they call it. There does look like there may be some flexible spending for us from some of our accounts. Right now we're locked into certain accounts and you can't take it out of there to spend on anything else, even if you have a large surplus. Looks like there may be some flexibility being given there. Senator Bowman and Representative McKean in our areas have been very supportive of this that way and have talked to me and others. They've been in our district multiple times during this legislative session and at other times as well. Talk a little bit about home rule versus Dillon's rule. To make that real short, schools operate under Dillon's rule, which basically says schools can only do what they're precisely or exactly told they can do. Cities, on the other hand, work under home rule, where they can do anything they want as long as it's not forbidden, saying they can't do it. Doesn't sound like a big difference, but there is a difference there, and it sounds like schools may be going to some home rule in the future for some things, at least that way. Statewide assessment is still up in there. We've been talking about that for over 5 years. It was supposed to go through this this legislative session. Everything got turned back, starting at ground zero again, basically, and they want to have another study and request for proposals and everything like that from different organizations, from Smarter Balance, from probably ACT and the Aspire test, to the Iowa assessments we currently use. The big thing is here, we're teaching standards, but we don't have a test to measure those standards that way. And I don't know if we'll ever have a test that measures exactly where students need to be and exactly what they're learning and what they're taking away with them from school as far as problem solving, critical thinking, some of those key things we talk about. But we definitely don't have anything right now. So let's talk about some professional development opportunities. We've had Trevor Reagan here talking about growth mindset. We actually, some teachers went out to High Tech High along with myself last week or the week before. And we also had a speaker here at the middle school, high school, Chris Bowers, talking about positive thinking, making good choices. Those kind of things are always important for our students to hear on down the line that way. So prom and after prom, I mentioned that a little bit ago. Student engagement, Mr. Raker and I discussed several different things going on. They'll be at the top of the comment highlights, but our students involved in golf, soccer, track, baseball, and softball start up soon. Baseball starts up practice May 1st. Softball starts up practice May 8th. And it just gets busier from there, it seems like that way. Our awards night this year will be on Wednesday, May 24th. It's the last day of school for our seniors. Remember, graduation is the following Saturday evening there at 8 o'clock. FBLA qualified 19 students for national convention. They really dominate the state convention every year. one of the top teams in the state of Iowa, and we qualified 19 students to nationals in Anaheim, California. The board will provide some funding for them, up to $5,000 if necessary. They're also doing some fundraising, obviously. Just want to congratulate them, and all those students' names are on the Facebook page, and I'll put them on the regular school site as well. In an attachment to these comment highlights, I'll put them on with the comment highlights that you see there. Then comments from building principals and myself, again, a little more there at the meeting. We talked just about the students' engagement, student involvement, but I also shared we have a True Value grant for paint, up to 40 gallons of paint. That worked with Brett Ernst, our head custodian, on that way. He talked to Chris Lampy at True Value in town here, so I want to thank True Value and Chris Lampy for working with us on that. That's excellent. And then brochures. We have new brochures out. Many of you have received those already. We are going to be restocking some of those in the community as well. Remember, those were done or began by some of our 7th grade students and updated by the Buzz Creative Group in St. Donatus, doing a great job there as well. And we're continuing to work in the music room and art room. Some of those pictures are on the comment highlights. And as I sign off, I just want to read you one thing here from the book Unthink by Eric Wall. It's called, the section of the book is called Be Proactive. But, what Mark Twain said long ago was, loyalty to petrified opinions never yet broke a chain or freed a human soul in this world, and never will. To me, what that means is we have to be open to new ideas. We have to be able to see new things with clear lens and go from there that way. Never just settle for this is the way it's always been and the way it always will be, that I am solid with. I'm not going to change a thing I'm doing. Yes, you may be doing great things and maybe you will stay there, but you at least have to be open to hearing and doing other things. So on that note, it's 11 minutes later. I need to get off the air here. Have a great one, everyone, and we'll talk to all of you next week. Remember, no school on Friday.